If you are a Littlest Pet Shop fanatic, or maybe you're a first-time collector and you don't know where to start, this video will change your life. Hi friends, it's Cecilia! I came up with this video idea after receiving many a comment from you guys asking how to collect LPS, where to buy LPS, people telling me,
I only have like 2 LPS, but I wish I had your collection. Please give it to me now.
First of all, thank you, I'm flattered. After receiving so many of these comments, I realized that there's actually probably a high demand of people who want to know how to collect LPS, like how to go about that. And let's face it, Littlest Pet Shop, especially old G2 LPS, are a hot commodity. They are worth something now. If you are just getting started collecting LPS, maybe you have never heard of LPS before until now, it may be daunting to go online and seeing thousands of different pets and not knowing where to buy and not knowing what to get. But in this video, I'm going to be giving you an in-depth guide on how to collect LPS and where to buy them to get the absolute best deal on LPS so you can grow your collection or get your dream pet as soon and as cheaply as possible. This video might be a little bit on the longer side, but it is going to absolutely be worth it for you because it is going to be littered with pro tips and insider knowledge from someone who has been collecting LPS for almost 13 years now. Without further ado, let's get started. Wait, Cecilia, how do I know to trust you, the Littlest Pet Shop person, with my collecting advice? Great, thanks for asking. I've been making videos for almost 10 years, and I have been collecting LPS actively since 2007, so I have not only seen the rise and fall of G2 LPS, these little guys right here, I also know the value of some of the newer LPS and the hot spots to be buying new LPS if you want to be getting your cool LPS online. So anyway, let me tell y'all, this is the very first step in collecting LPS or improving your collecting skills if you are already a collector of Littlest Pet Shop. Maybe you have a dream LPS in the world. Maybe you want Savannah. Everyone wants Savannah. Or maybe you don't even care about Savannah. Maybe you just want a million LPS like LPS Hannah. That's a goal. So you go on eBay or you go on Target.com, you go wherever you want to go, and you see all the LPS and you're like,
girl, how am I supposed to get Littlest Pet Shop Savannah? And how am I supposed to get like LPS Hannah's collection when I don't even know what I'm supposed to be buying?
Okay, this video is for you. Okay, so the very, very first thing to do before you even get started buying LPS is to know what you're looking for. If you are brand new to the Littlest Pet Shop community, maybe you're a mom buying for your kid, or maybe you're a future citizen watching this in the year like 2040 or 2050, when we should now be in like Littlest Pet Shop generation 10. You want to collect the old LPS, but you have no idea how because there's so many now. Before you even spend a single penny on Littlest Pet Shop, if you want to get serious about collecting anything really, you need to know your what and your why. So, what does this mean? Cecilia, you're talking big words now. I think it's really important to have a goal in mind if you're going to be collecting something. So for instance, if I'm collecting rocks, I'm not going to be collecting every single rock in the world. Maybe I want to collect a certain type of rock. I want to collect a certain size of rock. Maybe I want to collect only rocks in a certain region. Like maybe I want to collect all the rocks in Florida or something. As you can see, these are all examples of rock collections, but they are very different kinds of rock collections. The same goes for Littlest Pet Shop. Some people want to be completionists and own every LPS in the world. Some people might want to collect all of the LPS in a certain series, like if you want to collect all of the LPS popular characters, that's a goal. And maybe you have like a specific set of LPS that you want. So all of these are different kinds of LPS collections with different needs. So if you just want a varied large collection, then you can just look up general LPS lots and just grow your collection through there. If you want to collect all the LPS popular characters or you have some dream LPS, those might be better bought individually. And if you're a completionist, you might be buying a little bit of both because you want to get the bulk of your collection through large LPS lots, and you also want to get some harder to find LPS individually. So as you can see, different collections, different collectors have different needs.
Okay, Cecilia, I know my what, I know my why, I know my goal. Now how am I going to get LPS? Because you told me all these stupid conceptual concepts, and now I don't know where to buy LPS because you just filled my brain with all these stupid ideas.
Okay, so here is the meat and cheese and potatoes of this entire video. Whether you are new to LPS or you've been collecting for years, you are going to learn something new, and you're going to learn something that is going to help you with buying Littlest Pet Shop. I guarantee it, unless you're me and you already knew all these things and you didn't learn anything at all because you made the video. So I'm going to be skedoodling on over to my computer to be showing you the top 4 places that I always look for LPS on, and throughout I am going to be giving you pro tips, and if you hear this sound, then that means that you are hearing a pro tip and you should take some notes. Anyway, are you ready to start collecting LPS and start saving a lot of money? Then let's skedoodle on over. Okay, bye! Okay, so the first place where you can find some really awesome LPS is obviously eBay. A lot of people ask me where I get LPS or where to buy LPS, and the very first place I always direct them to is eBay. This is probably the most abundant source for LPS. As you can see, there are over 67,000 results for LPS. So this is a fantastic source to find some great LPS. And as you can see, there's a lot of variety from a lot of different sellers. You can buy homemade, you can buy full outfits for pets, you can buy lots like this, and you can even buy a whole bunch of accessories and stuff. I mean, if you have a dream LPS, it's probably here. Like, if you want one of these pets, they have it on eBay as well. Okay, so now I'm going to show you exactly how I go about searching for LPS. This is just my personal method of how I go about it. So the most important screen is this right here on the side. I'm always going to pick the condition as used. If I'm looking for old LPS, all old LPS are used because they don't sell them no more. Sometimes people bypass it, like these are not used LPS, they just want you to see it. Now the second thing that I always click on as well is the item location, and this is very, very helpful if you're like me and you don't want to buy fake LPS. This will take out a lot of the fake lots because a lot of them are based in China. So what I do is I click US only, or you can choose whatever your country is. You'll see a lot of the fake lots have been eliminated. Not all of them. If you're looking at pets like this one, it looks like it's fake. So you gotta look out. This one's obviously fake. There's also other things, like if you want free shipping, you can click that. I always like to look at buy it now or auction. Sometimes I do that. The next tip I have for you guys, if you are interested in having a lot of LPS, like having a huge variety, like you want your collection to like look like this, my suggestion to you is to forego entirely buying individual pets. So like these little lots, forget about it, like buying one little pet, forget about it. What you want is to click right over here, LPS lot. So this will take you right to the source of all of the coolest LPS lots and stuff. I'm also going to show you right now how I pick through lots because there's a lot to choose from. So how would you know which one's the best one? So a lot of these are pretty good lots for my personal price point. I'll be explaining that later. For instance, this lot right here at the top is 10 pieces for about $20, so that's about $2 a pet. I think that's a really great deal. Now what I do personally, this is something I do a lot, is I go down here and I click newly listed, and this will show you all of the newest lots. Like this one just came out like 5 minutes ago. This one just came out like 20 minutes ago, so you get to see like all of the different things. So the reason why I click on here is because sometimes people have really, really strange ideas of how LPS are worth. Sometimes people put them really, really low. Like for instance, okay, this is like a buy it now, but if these were $1, then someone would snag them really quick. That's why I like to pick newest listings, because sometimes you can find straight up gold mines of people who don't know how to price LPS, and you can find really, really great deals. Now, sometimes you'll come across like ridiculous lots like this, like $1,500 for all these LPS. I think they say that they're all exclusives, but never pay this much money for LPS, kids, okay? However, if we scroll down here, this one is $100 plus 15 shipping, so this is $115 for over 70 authentic pre-owned LPS. And if we look over here, this is a really, really nice lot. There are a ton of pets. If you are a beginning collector, you probably don't have a lot of these pets. I don't have a lot of these pets actually, so I don't have money, so I'm not going to be buying these. these, but this is a fantastic lot, and we found it because it was the newest listed, and it says 3 viewed per hour, but this one just came out like an hour ago, so only 3 people have seen it. So if you have this much to spend and you want to very quickly grow your LPS collection, this will be like probably one of the best purchases you've ever made in your life. Shopping, newly listed. It's not always a gold mine, but a lot of the time, it definitely most certainly is. So I would say check that out. The second place I always suggest people go to check out LPS is Amazon. So if you have Amazon Prime, then this is a great place, especially if you like the new LPS. I think Amazon is the absolute best place to find new Littlest Pet Shop. So if you want like the cruise ship, which was around for a really long time, but now you can't get it in stores, if you still want the cruise ship, you can get it. If you want these sets, you can get it. You can get a lot of awesome new LPS that aren't sold in stores anymore, as well as the new LPS. So if you are under quarantine, or many years from now you're watching this and you're no longer under quarantine, hopefully, if you want to buy a new LPS but you're weary about going outside, or maybe you just can't go nowhere, this is the best place to get new stuff. Now, I will say, I do not suggest buying old LPS on Amazon. The first reason is because if you're buying old LPS, you really want to see the condition of them, and I prefer to see old LPS like laid out on like someone's carpet or someone's table, so I can really analyze the quality, whereas these are like completely blank backgrounds. They are perfect pictures, so I can't really tell if what I would be getting is actually what I would be seeing in the picture. So for instance, the coloring on this picture is like super off, so it wouldn't look like this, and for something like this probably is fake, so I would be on the lookout for that. You can also get Lego Ninjago in the Littlest Pet Shop tag, apparently. So yeah, I only really suggest Amazon for buying like G5 LPS or whatever is new and poppin'. However, I do see some really interesting lots. Like, you can see like legitimately old LPS lots. I mean, they're no longer sold no more. I don't know why they're up here on the page. Just to reiterate, only buy new LPS on Amazon. Don't waste your time and your money trying to buy old LPS on Amazon. Just don't do it. These are great prices. Just don't do it. Go elsewhere. Speaking of elsewhere, Facebook Marketplace is a lesser known but equally as amazing place to find LPS if you are willing to drive to someone's house. So Facebook Marketplace is mostly pickup only, so it really does depend on where you live. So if you're not in Los Angeles, if you live somewhere else, these listings will not show up for you, and not all of these will be willing to ship to you. So this place will ship to you, but these places probably you have to pick them up. Now, I can personally vouch for Facebook Marketplace because I actually bought a whole unopened box of like the pet playhouses, this purple playhouse here. I have the unopened, slightly damaged box of this thing, and I got it for like $12, and I know that I can resell it for more, and that's what I got it for. Yeah, like just to say, like, these are real people, just normal people who are selling their LPS, and I really suggest this if you're willing to like go a few miles to find some great deals. So there's one right here. This is LPS for $3 each, $5 each. This one is $30 for, let's see what this is. So sometimes you don't get good pictures, but this is $30 for an unopened box of this. I personally don't know how much this is worth mint, but it is probably much more than $30. Sometimes you get people who are selling like this for $250. I mean, they're selling like other stuff, but okay, that's a cool deal. But if they were just selling these 6, like, people, no. You can find some really great deals if you are searching for it. You can also find some really interesting things, like a Littlest Pet Shop Halloween monkey costume. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting things to behold. So let me show you the new pro tip. This is the next pro tip. In the search results, as you can see, I searched in Littlest Pet Shop. Sometimes the moms who are listing these lots don't know what they are called. Most of the time they know they are called Littlest Pet Shop, but sometimes they list them as Little Pet Shop. Now, as you can see, we are getting a much different set of lots, and some of these we didn't see in the last one. Okay, so this is 5 for $10, all 67 for $80. First of all, that is a fantastic deal, you guys. Sometimes the search results get it right, but sometimes we probably wouldn't have been able to find this, and this is a really great deal. Sometimes you can find lesser known stuff. Another thing is My Little Pet Shop. Some moms call it My Little Pet Shop, so I'm not seeing it here, but I have seen it before on eBay. Look at that as well, because sometimes you can find some really great things. So for instance, if this didn't show up on the Littlest Pet Shop tag, this would be a very easy lot to grab, something not to worry about. And also, hold on. Is that demon dog in the lot? Okay, maybe we have to pass on this. So yeah, check for typos, because sometimes, especially if the people selling don't know what the toys are called, they probably don't know how much they're worth either, so you can get a pretty great deal. Yeah, that is the main pro tip on Facebook Marketplace, but this applies as well to eBay, wherever you're searching. Also, if you're on Facebook, watch out for these that say they are free and then they tell you a price. Like, why do people do this? Stop doing this. If you do this, stop it. Okay, moving on. The final place that I'm going to be showing you guys as a great source to find LPS. I personally haven't made a purchase yet from this site, but I will be doing this certainly in the future. It is shopgoodwill.com. Yes, Goodwill, the thrift store. Goodwill actually has a whole auction site as donations and stuff from other people. As you can see, these lots are listed much differently than the ones that we saw before. As you can see, they are listed by the pound. So you can get 3 pounds of Littlest Pet Shop toys, or you can get 10 pounds of Littlest Pet Shop toys. The caveat here is that all of these are auctions. This is an auction site. They do not have like buy it nows like eBay does, so you kind of have to know what you're doing. However, if you're able to navigate the auction sphere on the internet, then this is a fantastic place. Sometimes the bid price gets way too high for me, but that's all according to your preference, which I will explain. So I actually put the date by ending soonest. So I'm going to click on this one because this one is the one that is ending soonest. It is currently $56, so you'd have to bid more than that. So the pictures on the Goodwill site are a little bit different. They do not take out the pets every single time. So there's probably some pets that are in here that I can't see and that we won't know because they're not in the picture. So it's a kind of little hard to read, but as you can see, there is Sugar Diamond's mascot here, and then we also have a dachshund right here, so you have to know what they look like. But as you can see, there are some pretty valuable LPS in here. So I was talking a little bit earlier in the eBay section how I kind of have a price point when it comes to LPS, so I'm going to actually explain exactly what I mean. If I'm buying a huge lot like this, I want to be buying each pet for around $2, hopefully less. So for instance, we see this huge lot right here, so I'm gonna actually count this for you.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
So this lot has around like 82 LPS, give or take. Some of these are not like actually Littlest Pet Shop, they're like LOL pets or whatever they are. So just pretend that this lot is all like actual LPS, but since this is a lot for 82 LPS, I'm gonna round it off, say it's 80. The most that I'm willing to pay for this, if these were all 80 LPS, unique LPS that I didn't have in my collection, is 160. This is currently bidding at $40, so that is way below 160. So if I got it for any lower than that, it would be an even greater deal, theoretically. However, what I actually do is I subtract all of the pets I already have because I would have to either resell those or trade them. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so I actually have a little bit under 40, so if there's 80 LPS here and I have 40 of the LPS already, let's do the math. There are 40 unique pets that I would be adding to my collection in this lot, theoretically, if I were buying it. The most I actually would be willing to pay for this is not 160, but actually 80, because 40 unique pets added to my collection times 2 would be 80. So that would be the personal maximum. That is a very conservative way of how I do these auctions because I don't really like to have an overflow of pets I already have. Usually the prices will go a little bit above that, and you might be willing to pay even more for this lot. I don't know, or even less for this lot because they have an LOL doll thing. I don't even know what kind of animal that is. But anyway, that is the most in-depth explanation I can give you guys on what my price point is when I'm buying lots. Now, before this video gets too long, I'm going to share with you one more tip, and this is to determine whether the pets in the lot are actually authentic. Especially on the shop Goodwill site, you cannot guarantee that these pets are going to all be authentic because, first of all, the people here at Goodwill, they don't know. They are listing like kitchen appliances here as well as Littlest Pet Shop, so they're not experts. As you can see, we have some very valuable pets in this lot. So we have this gray short hair cat, we have this Cocker Spaniel here, we have this Dachshund. These are all really valuable pets. So you may be wondering, well, Cecilia, am I wasting my time on this lot? Or are these just fake? I can't even really see the detail here, so like, how would I know? I'm going to tell you right now, every single pet in this lot is likely authentic. Actually, I think all of these are authentic. The reason why I say that, without even like explaining to you guys how, is just my personal knowledge of Littlest Pet Shop, and that goes as far back as 12-13 years of collecting LPS. Okay, so we're back on eBay to compare. So as you can see, this has all old LPS. It even has a Bratz toy. You might think is a bit of a tip off, like if there's a Bratz toy in the middle of the LPS slot, maybe some of these are fake. No, because Bratz dolls were made during the same era as old LPS, so don't worry about it. Here's a different lot which I found on eBay. As you can see, the lot is much different. The majority of these pets, actually I think all of these pets are more recent. This is likely coming from a much younger collector or someone who has only started collecting LPS recently. The only like actual like G2 LPS is I think this one. If you guys recognize this pet, this is from the mommy and baby sets that were still around like 2 years ago. So this is one of the last like G2 mold LPS. So let's say theoretically that this lot was exactly the same, but the only difference was way back here, they had the same gray short hair as in the last lot. So the first thing I would be thinking of is that short hair is fake. Hello, Cecilia, how would you even know that if the quality of the picture is so bad? If there's a random big 5 pet in a lot of new LPS, or if there's a random assortment of old and new LPS and there's just like a mixed bag of accessories and no like playsets or nothing, I would stay weary of those. However, on this lot, I know that this cat is authentic, and the reason why is because I actually had the set that this cat came with, is that she also came with the panda, she came with the penguin, she came with the bear, she came with this little jaguar here, and the poodle. So I know from my personal knowledge that this one has to be authentic because she's also paired up with other less common LPS that she shared a box with. This is a much more advanced collecting technique if your goal is to have all of the authentic big 5 LPS in the world and to have the biggest collection in the world and to never buy a fake LPS in your life. That's exactly how I would do it. Oh, and this cat also came with a butterfly. One last example, going to Google Images for this. If you wanted LPS Savannah, if you wanted her and you wanted her authentic and you saw her in a lot, if you saw Savannah as well as the fox and the owl that she came with, and maybe even some of the accessories here as well, then you know that that Savannah was originally bought in store with this whole set and is not a fake because it has the other accessories that are in line with the whole box. So if you're really particular about that, like for instance, if you want this dog and you see this little carriage thingy in a lot with the dog, then most likely it's going to be authentic. I don't know, because this particular dog is really expensive for no reason at all. But yeah, that is a very advanced tip for collecting LPS, which I hope you guys will appreciate because that is some of my insider exclusive knowledge that I am sharing with you. Okay, good night. That was a lot of skedoodling and skedaddling all over the internet. Now that I have shown you all of my tips, all of my insider tips, I could make a whole online course about how to collect LPS, but I don't think anyone would buy it, so I'm offering all my tips for free. Hopefully now you are ready to enter the world of LPS collecting and spreading your wings or your paws or your hands because you're a human, and you are now on your way to collecting every single LPS that you've ever wanted. Through these tips, I have been able to grow my collection from a scant like 15 LPS way back in 2007 all the way to almost 500 LPS. I haven't counted, so I have about 450, maybe 500-ish. I hope this video was very helpful for you. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll try to answer them all. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm just gonna skadoodle on over, that's my new favorite word, and I'm going to promptly throw myself at the wall and end the video abruptly in true ccrtelevision fashion. Good night, everybody.